Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs. I'm drunk. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know it's the anniversary of my mama's death, and I got off work early, and I went and had me a fucking drink. We gonna do this top of the blog. And I just had a few drinks. We gonna do this top of the blogs just with a little inebriation. I had a really good idea. I was just like, I'm going to do this top of the vlogs. It's going to be all about TV shows. All just TV talk today, you guys. I know I haven't been too up on all the reality shows, but I've been watching stuff. So, yeah. This is just a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the vlog. So, let's get to it. For those of you guys who have not heard, let me turn my radio down. Do y'all hear it? I don't want YouTube trying to ding me and not give me my fucking money for the damn AdSense. Love and Hip Hop ATL. Tracy Steele and Baby Drew not coming back to the show, you guys. I am so glad. Thank God they are not coming back. Tracy Steele, who is a DJ here in Atlanta, she's going around doing radio interviews and blog interviews and media interviews and saying that the reason why Mona did not bring her and Baby Drew back to the show is because she was not turned up enough. Bitch, you was the most manufactured turned up on the show. Nobody was believing the turn up. That's what the problem is. We all knew that your ass was faking. And ain't nobody had time to be sitting up there trying to figure out what the hell is going on with Tracy and Baby Drew. The rumor here in Atlanta was that Tracy was seeing some football player. And Baby Drew has a child that's just a couple of years old, which would lead one to believe that he has had at least one relationship since him and Tracy Steele had their baby back back like 10 years ago. I think their kid together is 10 years old. So yeah, y'all can breathe a sigh of relief that Baby Drew and Tracy Steele not coming back to the show. Love and Hip Hop New York is coming back. I actually believe it'll be back in the next week or two. And if you guys have seen the super trailer, your girl K Michelle is on the show. Now I know that K Michelle let us know back at one time that she was only on the show to promote her album and to promote her career, and that she was not going to have any real transactions. Is that the word? Transactions? Interactions. She wasn't going to have no real interactions with anybody on the show. But if you look at the trailer, it looked like she having like some kind of discussion with Rich Dollars. Rich Dollars, who was dating Erica Mena. I don't think Erica and Rich Dollars are together no more. From what I understand, they broke up. Evidently. What is so funny? They broke up over whatever the issues that they had. She was on black ink and trying to get her tattoo covered up. She got a little R on her hand. And I guess she over it, y'all. So she trying to... what was I saying? Who'd have loved the show? What was I saying about Love and Hip Hop? They are the new episodes. They coming on soon. So y'all make sure that you guys watch Love and Hip Hop New York. Chrissy and Mr. Jones is also a new show coming up. And I'm actually looking forward to it. Somewhere now, I didn't really watch. You guys know I didn't watch the original Love and Hip Hop. And that's why I made sure that I signed on for the Love and Hip Hop ATL, because I felt like I had really dropped the ball back when Chrissy and Emily and the original cast members of Love and Hip Hop New York was on there. So but somewhere along the line I grew to kind of like Chrissy and Mr. Jim. Is that his Mr. Jones? Chrissy and Mr. Jones. They show is coming up, and they're saying that Emily B is gonna have a couple of little stints on the show as well. That's a Mona show as well. So that's also coming up. Love and Hip Hop New York and Mr. and Mrs. Chrissy Jones. A little gossip about Real Housewives of Atlanta, you guys. Phaedra's legal team has dropped her. I don't really know what the problem is. I'm not quite sure why they feel that they need to let her go. But for whatever reason, from what I read, she no longer has that legal team. This case is real interesting, you guys, because Phaedra has always maintained her innocence. However, this Angela Stanton chick, she ain't going away. The rumor is that Angela Stanton's daughter is going to be on the new Love and Hip Hop New York, but it don't really look like it's happening because I don't really see her in the trailers. But you know, that don't mean nothing. We won't know until the show actually comes on. She might not have a permanent place on the show, but she might be somebody that shows up every now and then as somebody's friend or whatever. But anyway, y'all, whatever the issue is, Phaedra legal team is out. Okay, they was like, fuck this. Now, that kind of makes you wonder, like, why is it that they dropped the case, you know, with Vibe? And so, we're going to keep our eye on it, you guys. I ain't never been one to say that Phaedra is extra innocent. Phaedra got some shadiness in her, and I think we all figured that out when she represented that kid about the tinted windows and then went out to the parking lot at the courthouse, and his windows were still tinted black. And not only that, but he paid her in cash in the parking lot, just like, kind of like, you know, here you go. I was just like, okay, what's her name, Phaedra? Y'all, I know that this is real ghetto. Y'all been looking at this all week. I was determined not to get this fucking thumb fixed until this weekend, because you guys, now y'all know, y'all might not know this, but I am a person for schedules. I don't like my shit to get thrown off in no kind of way. So when I say I'm gonna get my fucking nails done every 3 weeks, and that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. The motherfucker wanna break 2 weeks in advance, then the shit don't just be wrapped up like this. Okay, so my appointment is not until tomorrow. Me and my daughter are going to get our nails done tomorrow, and that's what we gonna do. Okay, so that's it. Keisha Cole, she's part of the TV Talks, and she had a TV show with her husband, Booby Gibson. I heard through the grapevine, actually somebody told me on my video comments for, I think, Top of the Blogs a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about them, that the reason why Keisha Cole and her man is having problems, Booby, is because supposedly, y'all, Booby done got some bitch pregnant. So you might not want to do that when you married. Keisha does not strike me as the one that's just going to accept the other woman and the other baby. You know, even though it might have been a mistake and everything, you could just kind of look at her and tell that she ain't putting up with that kind of disrespect, that type of shit. I don't know if I could do it either. This video kind of dark, huh? Can y'all see me? I about need to. Is that better? You guys think that you could, you think you guys could, you could accept the fact that your husband got somebody else pregnant and still stay with him? An affair is one thing. Okay, that's one shit that we got to work through. But you mean to tell me that the motherfucker got pregnant and that I got to look at a goddamn baby that reminds me of the affair that you had? Every time I look at the nigga coming crawling through the house, walking through the house, want a bottle, need something to eat, we need to take him to basketball practice, you know, need me to take him to school, give him lunch money and all. Now, I don't know if I could do it. And it takes a special woman. But those of you guys who have accepted these type of situations, you know what, my hat's off to you. Affairs is easiest to get over when is no reminder, and unfortunately a baby is a reminder. Basketball Wives LA, y'all, definitely Basketball Wives LA is coming back, and I just heard a little rumblings on the radio. They was talking about Drea. You guys, this little whole rumor about Drea's son being fathered by Gilbert Arenas is not going away. You guys know that Gilbert Arenas is Laura's fiance, baby daddy of her 5 kids, or whatever you want to call them. But supposedly he might be the father to Drea's son. Now I don't know if this is true. Excuse me. But boy, if it is true, can you guys believe that they was able to keep some shit like that under wraps all these seasons? I mean, we about to be on season 3. Y'all look at that little boy. The nigga do kind of look like Gilbert a little bit. He got the same kind of thin face. He's starting to favor him a lot. Now, I don't know if I believe the rumor. I don't really think I believe that rumor, but I will say that I would not be surprised if it is true that boy does kind of favor Gilbert Arenas, and that might explain the extreme hate that Laura had for Drea, because it was always there. Was just, and y'all know I'm not no big one for hate, the word hate and all of that, but in this situation it was very apparent. Laura had a problem with Drea, and it never was really explained why. Nobody could really understand why, and I'm really willing to bet that this might come out this season. We'll see. Get myself together here, sitting up here drunk on camera. New show alert would be the Atlanta Exes. So you guys know about the Hollywood Exes. That is a popular TV show with Eddie Murphy's ex, Martin Lawrence's ex, Prince's ex, R. Kelly's ex, Jose Canseco's ex, and is it somebody that I missed? Somebody, whoever else I missed. You know how these reality shows go. They always branch off and go to different cities. Well, Atlanta seems to be the other hot place to be. I'm glad I moved to Atlanta. Fuck, I was like, if I can't be in LA, I guess it's good to be in Atlanta. And now they are doing a version of Atlanta Exes. So on the Atlanta Exes version, it will be Kevin Hart's ex-wife, whose name is Tori Hart. It'll be CeeLo's ex-wife. I believe her name is Christina Johnson. Yeah. It'll be Usher's ex-wife, who we all know is Tamika Raymond. It will be Idris Elba's ex-wife, whose name is Kim Elba. And so far, we don't have her confirmed, but they pretty much believe that Monyetta Shaw is also going to be in the show, who is Neo's ex-baby mama. They didn't never get married, but she was with him. Y'all ever see Monyetta? She's a pretty girl. Every time I see her, I follow her on Instagram. She'll never look alike. Every time I see her, I'll be like, that girl has more looks. She totally can look totally different. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but I just thought I'd put that in there. But anyway, they're going to be on the new branch of Atlanta Exes, and good for them. Tori Hart, she is funny to me. She has YouTube videos. I'm sure you guys have all seen them, where she does parodies of different reality shows and things like that. She is a funny girl. And she's been through her shit with Kevin Hart. They seem to have been able to bury the hatchet. I mean, fuck, Kevin Hart has so much money now that he can give her enough to make her quiet and be happy, and still be happy with his girlfriend that he has. What the girl name is? The cute little, the real tall, cute, light-skinned Jamaican girl. So good for them. It's going to be nice to see Tamika Raymond on this show, and maybe seen in a different light. You guys know Tamika has gotten such a bad rap. I'm not saying that she didn't bring some of it on herself, but a lot of it is undeserved. And I think that this will be a good platform for her to, you know, get her Kyle's World Foundation nonprofit organization that she has up for her son, who died in the boating accident. This is gonna be good for Tamika. We all looking forward to see what the hell this woman, ex-wife of CeeLo, got to say. I'm sure she done seen some shit. I've heard some stories, you guys, because I kind of know some people that know her, and yeah, I've heard some stories. We gonna see if any of it seems to come out on this show, and you guys know how I feel about CeeLo. Idris Elba, his wife is the secret. His wife is the secret. What is she? She's a secret weapon. I was trying to think of that word real hard. I don't even know if I knew that Idris Elba was married. Well, I kind of had an idea. Well, no, I knew that he was married. Let me stop getting the lying. But his wife ain't never been on nothing. I know one of y'all gonna be like, oh yeah, we used to see the wife all the time, because everybody, y'all be so glad to tell me when I'm wrong. For the most part, I ain't never seen Kim Elba, okay? I don't know if this is the chick that was pregnant. No, I had heard a story that Idris Elba had got some chick pregnant. She was a stripper here in Atlanta. Evidently, Mr. Idris Elba has a particular proclivity to the stripper out, like most entertainers do. I'm telling y'all, strippers be winning. Y'all strippers better learn how to fucking play the game. If y'all ain't coming up, then something is fucking wrong with your game. That's all I got to say. Yeah, Idris Elba had got some stripper pregnant, and He thought that he had a kid for some time, and then after they had a little paternity test, after some shit had kind of gone awry, come to find out, y'all, that motherfucker wasn't even his baby. Can you imagine? I know he was fit to be tied, y'all. So yeah, they all gonna be on the show Atlanta Exes. You guys, we gonna look out for the show. It should be coming soon. I'm not really sure when. What I think it's gonna be on VH1, but just letting y'all know, look out for Hollywood Exes. No, Atlanta Exes coming soon. On Keeping Up with the Kardashians, let's talk about Khloe and Lamar. I didn't get to see the new winter season just started, and I didn't even get to see it. But my girlfriend was telling me about it and telling me how it looks like they are going to introduce Lamar's random actions that he's been having lately, because he supposedly is addicted to crack cocaine. Is he addicted to crack cocaine? We don't even know. Okay, Lamar did take a drug test because I guess secretly there were some NBA teams that were interested in picking him up. I guess he wanted to show that he was clean. They needed to make sure that he was clean before there was even any negotiation talk on the table. And he took a test, and you guys, his test came back clean. Now I think you guys told me that crack cocaine stays in your system 2-3 weeks or something like that. I don't even remember. No, did y'all say 2-3 days? Y'all know I don't fuck around with no drugs, so I don't even really know. All I do is have a pomegranate margarita. That bitch was good in the mugs. Yeah, but yeah, supposedly he came back clean. Maybe he was able to stay clean enough to get the drugs out of his system. Maybe Lamar might not even be on drugs. I really couldn't tell you what it is, because like I have said, Lamar has been mums the word. His team has been mums the word. The only person that spoke out has been his father. Lamar and Khloe was spotted together recently. Looked like they say that they were going to a family meeting at the house. I don't know. You can't tell where nobody is going just because they're in the fucking car. Khloe seems to really care about Lamar and is willing to be there for him. She's been wearing her wedding ring and all of that. So yeah, I mean, I would like to see them two work it out. Now the whole second little issue is this thing with Khloe in the game. And if you guys can remember back sometime, I want to say at least in my top of the blog, maybe somewhere in the 30s, there was rumor back then that Khloe and the game were having an affair. Or not necessarily a physical affair, but we're having an emotional affair. He was helping her lose her weight, her and Rob Kardashian, that she had grown close to him. And, that there was something, looked like there was something sparking between the two of them now. Like, ain't nobody saying in the blog what the fuck is going on with Tiffany. Okay? Tiffany is supposed to be the fiance, and quiet as it's kept, I heard that they married right now, but you ain't heard that from me. Supposedly, the game has this extreme admiration and love for Khloe, and he is just trying to stay respectful enough, keep his distance enough for her and Lamar to get a divorce so them two could be together. But how he gonna get together with Khloe when he supposed to be with old Tiffany? Tiffany is like JC Young didn't tell me. Can you guys, I hate the way she says his name. JC Young. Everything is JC Young. Honey, JC Young is fucking Khloe. I don't really know if they fucking... I don't really know if I believe that or not. He might just be a really good friend. You don't really know how these things happen. A lot of times when you are feeling vulnerable, a lot of times when you're feeling like, weak, a lot of times when you need somebody to, shoulder to lay on, somebody to tell your problems to, you do grow closer to them. I couldn't tell you if it was or is not an emotional affair, or if they are just friends. I feel sorry for Khloe. I feel like she does love Lamar. I feel like, she's in a situation where she probably did not expect to be here. And when you have a lot of money, riches, and fame, it's still amazing how you could be very unhappy when you don't have when you don't have peace within yourself and everything around you. So yeah, I feel sorry for Khloe. I feel sorry for Lamar. I really just hope it works out the best way it can for everybody involved. Now, we also can't talk about the Kardashians without talking about the Jenners. And the Jenners would be Kris and Bruce. Bruce and Kris Jenner have called it quits They supposedly are separated now, and I don't think that anybody was surprised about that. Were you really surprised? I kind of feel like they probably have been separated for some time and have been keeping it together just for the show. And then when this last season started, they couldn't put up the facade anymore. Bruce went and got him another house out in Malibu, and Bruce seems to be very happy where he is. And I just don't really believe that these two have even been together these last couple of years. Whatever the issue is, it's very sad, but I think we all saw it coming. You know, Kris Jenner, I can't say if she's right or wrong, but shit happens, okay? A lot has changed for her family. They have found themselves being way more wealthy. And different shit comes when you have more money. Okay, more money, more problems. I feel kind of bad for Bruce, but you know what? I have a feeling Bruce is going to land on his feet, you guys. Bruce, as weird as he looks, Bruce is a good guy, and he got regular sense. Okay, he ain't quite blinded and affected by the Hollywood spotlight. He's got his kids to keep him grounded. Side note, who these other kids Bruce got? Where these motherfuckers come from? I saw that big one looking like the son from the guys that got the motorcycle show on TLC, the ones that fell out. You remember the one that had the damn son with the one that was kind of retarded? Yeah, he wasn't really retarded, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, Bruce got a couple of other kids that ain't really that much to look at. They don't even really talk about them. All we hear about is the two cute little sons that he got. But anyway, yeah, I think Bruce is gonna be fine. Kris is gonna be fine too. I mean, when you got that kind of money, fuck, you can buy fine. You ain't fine, you can learn how to be fine. You can go purchase you some fine. Shit. Now, talking about the Kardashians, we cannot talk about the Wests. I guess it's not really the West. It's the West / Kardashians, since they're not married, even though Jimmy Kimmel didn't seem to know that. So, you guys knew about the beef that Jimmy Kimmel and Kanye West had. It was over an interview that Kanye West did with the BBC, where he was talking like Kanye West does. I mean, I could say reckless, but this is regular Kanye talk. You know, he was talking about how he feels like he's the best artist on this planet. Okay, he is a rock star. He's a musical genius, and that's what it is. Evidently, Jimmy Kimmel took sections of that interview, had some kids reenact the interview, and play it as a parody on his television show, and Kanye West was none too pleased with that segment. So, long story short, I'm sure you guys already know they had words back and forth and everything, and Jimmy Kimmel agreed to have Kanye West on his show. Kanye West came on his show, and you guys tell me if you guys saw the interview. What did you think about it? What I will say is this: you have to admire Kanye West for being able to say whatever the fuck he feels like saying. Kanye West has absolutely no filter on this earth. Whatever comes to his mind is what he says. And those type of people are the people that you can trust, okay? Because there's never any surprises. He gonna say it, and you can count on that. So I do like Kanye West for that reason. But what also turns me away, or what turns me off from Kanye West, is the fact that there is no humility in him. No, that's not even the word that I want to say. I think Kanye West thinks that his way is the only way, and that's probably what rubs me a little wrong by Kanye West. There's a difference in believing in yourself and believing what you say, and then then compared to believing that everybody else is just 100% wrong. That's how I see Kanye West. I still do like Kanye. I like the fact that he goes with whatever he feels. He wants to be with Kim Kardashian. We all know the drama and the stigma and everything else that comes with Kim Kardashian, and he still put all that aside to be with her. He's loved her from the beginning. We already know the story, okay? And now they have a baby together, and he is willing to make it work, considering, even though he hates the paparazzi, Kim Kardashian loves the paparazzi. She knows that this is something that has pushed her career forward thus far. The paparazzi are the only reason why Kim Kardashian is where she is today. That and the sex tape that she had with Ray J. I admire Kanye and kind of don't like him for a lot of the same reasons. He has put himself in a position to be felt very strongly about. He said that he's a musical genius. In his world, he might be. I do enjoy Kanye West music. I am a little bit more leaning towards the old Kanye West, the college graduate, the late registration, the college dropout, or whatever, graduation, late registration, college dropout, all those CDs I love of Kanye. I have them and I know them back and forth. Some of this later Kanye West, post his mom Dondra West dying, is a little different. It's not on the same level as before. He just seems to be very dark, very moody. He did say he was weird. He says a lot of things that's not right. He's unpolitically correct and all of that. So, yeah. But anyway, you guys tell me what you guys think about the Jimmy Kimmel interview. Jimmy Kimmel, a lot of people were saying they felt like Jimmy Kimmel was kissing up to him. And I don't really think that Jimmy Kimmel was kissing up to him. I think Jimmy Kimmel was having a moment when he realized that as celebrities that, maybe he did kind of pick on Kanye West. He doesn't take into consideration, the feelings of these people. And he kind of treated him as the paparazzi did at that time, as a circus animal. Okay, just, poking fun and not really taking notice of Kanye's feelings and the things that he may go through. But Kanye has got to realize, in my opinion, that you take the good with the bad. You want to be famous. You want to be in this relationship with this person. You want to have a family with this person. You want people to buy your music. All of this, that paparazzi comes with it. Okay, this is a part of the package. The more that you fuss and fight and want to tell them don't say nothing to you and don't come around your house, the more they are going to come. I don't think that he can be as big of a musical genius as he thinks he is without taking the bad. And the bad is all that other shit. The paparazzi, people following him, people to being on his property. Is that right? Absolutely not. Nobody should be subject to coming out of their house and having to be harassed by photographers. But like I said, that's all a part of the game. And if you signed on for it, you got to sign on for the whole thing. You can't sign on for part of it. So yeah, that was it about the Jimmy Kimmel interview. It was really good. I think it cleared up a lot of misconceptions and shit that we already knew about Kanye. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about his interview on Jimmy Kimmel. Look down below. I don't know why it's so dark. It ain't even late. Did you guys watch Catfish? This last episode? I think it was either episode number 14 or 15. And this would be the episode with Bow Wow and your girl Kiana. I know people done already talked about this damn Catfish episode, so I ain't even gonna go through it. Okay, basically, baby girl Kiana, she done had a crush on Bow Wow for years and years and years. Okay, Bow Wow had a fan page on Facebook. She went on to Facebook, signed on, told him how much she loved him, how much she's been a fan, and she left her phone number. But how about Bow Wow called her the next day? And, Kiana was like, oh my God, is this Bow Wow? I've been loving you ever since I was little and this, that, and the other. And he was just like, yeah, this is Bow Wow. So you guys, they got a relationship going. Bow Wow. Okay? Somebody that's on TV and movies, has record albums. He's carrying on a relationship on the internet with, a young lady named Kiana. I'm not going to say that relationships don't start on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, because it happens. We all know. What's one of the biggest relationships that we know started on Twitter? Chad and Evelyn. That's where they hooked up. So I'm not saying this shit don't work. Even the boy, the rapper boy. This young boy, Sean. Big Sean and the Rivera girl. They met on Twitter. And they just recently got engaged. So, I'm not saying that the shit don't happen, but Kiana, baby, you work at Burger King. You is trying to hook up with Bow Wow. Do you really think that Bow Wow ain't got bitches throwing themselves at him and already, trying to get at him? That he got to go on a fucking Facebook fan page to find somebody to... No. The fuck is wrong with you young ass kids? How stupid as shit. She was just so innocent, y'all. so dumb. I was just like, oh, girl. I almost wanted to turn the channel because I have a hard time watching people embarrass themselves on TV shows. I've told you guys that before. If I feel embarrassed, I'll turn until I feel like it's over. But I just had to see. So y'all, to make a long story short, Nev and what's his name? Nev and the camera guy, who I must say that I got a little tiny crush on. Is he straight, y'all? Is he gay? I like him because he always says exactly what I'm thinking. He just be like, oh, fuck this. You know, he says it. Nev is still one of the ones that will try to believe in true love, and he's always looking for the best outcome and hoping that shit works out. He's always looking at the other side of the damn coin, not the other guy. That's kind of why I like him. But I'm trying to figure out, is he gay? Do I like somebody that's gay? He a cute little teeny tiny little something. Rocky would kill him. To make the long story short, they finally go after Bow Wow and gave him the runaround. Bow Wow says, you know what, I'm in New York right now, but I'm going to be in Atlanta tomorrow, so y'all come on down to Atlanta and I'll meet you over at my cousin's house. So yeah, Bow Wow chilling at Monte's house, his cousin. So Nev and Kiana and the guy, they all fly down to Atlanta. So she's all excited and she can't believe it. And y'all, how about when that fucking door opened? Here come D Pimpin'. D Pimpin' is a dyke. I'm sorry. Am I supposed to say dyke? That's not politically correct, huh? She is gay. A lesbo. She a teeny tiny little lesbo. I mean, she can't be more than 5'2". But you know, I don't have no problem with you dating somebody shorter than you. But you know, can you still have some girth, some weight to yourself? I mean, Kiana was a healthy girl. She was curvy, and you know, classic curvy shape, and y'all, that motherfucker D Pimpin' came out that door and just was like, yeah, well, you know, I just felt that, you know, we could have a relationship, and I was trying to help. Oh, I left a part out. The reason why everybody was not 100% sure that this was not Bow Wow is because Bow Wow has sent her $10,000. Now, this do add a little bit to the game because, yeah, motherfuckers ain't just sending you 10 G's. They ain't just sending it to you just on GP. They ain't never met you. They ain't got a whiff of the cooch. Ain't nobody touched on it, looked at it, you know, saw the camel toe or nothing. That was the only thing that was like the little factor that was making people doubt themselves. Although $10,000 in the grand scheme of things might not be that much money to Bow Wow, that still is a lot of money to send to somebody you don't know. So anyway, yeah, it's D Pimpin'. It ain't Bow Wow. This might be an 80-pound, 5'2" woman. She is what do they call them? The butch. She's the. Do they call them butch? One is the femme and one is, okay, butch might not be the right word, but she's the one that is more like the male lesbian. Or y'all, let me not fuck it up because I don't want to offend nobody, but y'all know what I'm talking about. The girl Kiana was so floored, like, oh my god, I cannot believe I've been sitting here talking to some woman. You know, she was just like, you're a girl. And D Pimpin' was just like, yeah, you know, but I just kind of figured, you know, that she just needed a little time to get herself together and, you know, just kind of accept it so we can get a friendship going. You know, maybe now we can be friends and we can start something else. The guy with the camera was just like, bitch, do you understand that this motherfucker ain't gay? Yeah, we don't just turn gay all of a sudden. If I'm attracted to some woman, then that's one thing. But I don't want to be in no motherfucking pussy. Excuse me. Woo! You know how they do on the show. They give the person who's the victim a little chance to kind of regroup and go back the next day and talk to the person. And D Pimpin' did meet up with Kiana and Nev and the other guy the next day. And you know, Kiana was just like, I just want to know if you guys gonna stop doing this. You know, D Pimpin' did bring her cousin out. Her cousin sound like he sell fake Jordans up at the swap meet. Okay, he's straight off of College Park, right off of Old National in the 285. He don't sound like Bow Wow, y'all. I mean, if you was a big fan of Bow Wow, how the fuck you think that, you know, the cousin was Bow Wow, and you was all loving him from when he was a child? That man didn't sound nothing like him. I was just like, oh, I feel so bad for her. So, you know, she was just like, oh, okay, so you was the bow and D was the wild and y'all just put it together. And I was like, yeah, bitch, that's how it went. So, you know, they apologized profusely, and it turns out that she finally left. I mean, she decided to not talk to D Pimpin' no more after that incident. I was really kind of concerned and wondering if she was going to hook back up with D Pimpin' because she was too nice. Okay, and maybe because she knew she had got that money from D Pimpin', but she was just like, well, you know, I just hope that you change, and, you know, you need to show that you change. And I was like, you need him to show that she changed? The fuck for? If you ain't fixing to get with her, then what the fuck we care about if the bitch changed or not? I was wondering if she was like, I was like, girl, don't tell me you got some old closet inhibitions. Yeah, that Catfish episode, I was just like, oh my God. People are so crazy today. Y'all, did you watch it? I've been watching Dream of Nene, and you guys, I really do enjoy the show. Somebody did say in my comment section the other day that the reason why Nene and the Real Housewives of Atlanta are so successful is because they know how to bring the drama, bring the conflict, and not fight. They haven't had a physical fight on that show in some years. Now they was crunking about it at the first couple of seasons, but you know, sometimes we just got to go on and put our foot in the door. And but once they all got to a certain point in their lives, they wasn't doing that shit no more. But they still are doing the most to keep the drama going. And I Dream of Nene, I don't know if you guys feel this way about it, but the show is entertaining to me and I enjoy it. Now you guys, anybody who know that planned a fucking wedding know how stressful that shit is. That shit is horrible, okay? The bigger the wedding, the harder that shit is. Nene has her friend Diane, who I can tell you guys right now, I don't really like Diane. I totally get that sometimes you have friends that are super protective of friendships. A lot of times people think that just because they've been your friend since they was 6 years old, that they are the most important friend in your life. But you know what? Quantity don't have nothing to do with quality. Okay, you can know somebody for fucking 20 years. Okay, that's the quantity of it all. But the quality of a relationship is whatever the relationship is. If you meet somebody 2 years ago, you can feel like they your goddamn sister. Like you've been knowing them for years. That's the quality of a relationship. Somebody that adds to your life in a positive way. And you can hang on to these fucking friends that you've been knowing for 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 years. And the motherfuckers could be crazy. I'm not saying that it's that way with Diane, but Diane to me is one of those super protective friends who just believes that she has earned a position in somebody's life just because she's been there, not necessarily. Now Nene does say that she's been a really good friend to her and always been supportive and all of that, but still it's just like, who is it to you to try to tell Nene who she should pick for her wedding and go off on the bridesmaids every few minutes because you don't want everybody to feel like they on the same level as you. Okay, if you are secure in your friendship with somebody, fuck, you already know where you stand in their lives. Ain't no reason for you to have to be keeping on trying to, you know, buy for their attention, buy for your position, all of that. Okay, so yeah, Diane get on my nerves. I do really enjoy Marlo because Marlo was just like, look, I can be whatever way you want me to be. I can keep on acting a fool. If you gonna act a fool, I can be as sweet as pie if you gonna be sweet as pie. You just tell me how you gonna be and that's how I'm gonna be. I have a friend that's exactly like that. That other friend that's on there as well, she's probably been Nene's friend a little bit longer. Actually, I think she said she grew up with those girls too. And I like them. But that Diane, y'all. Oh, that Diane, she wears on my nerves. Now, the situation with Greg and Nene and the prenup, y'all already know I feel like that is 100% necessary. And I see where Nene is coming from. Fuck, you got a divorce once. It don't mean that shit couldn't happen again. And it's a totally different playing ground this time. Totally different playing field. Everybody got different types of money and different shit, different assets. And yeah, we need to make sure that we come out of this, we agree on it ahead of time. So I'm 100% for that prenup. And we already know that evidently Greg must sign a prenup because they did get married. But yeah, I Dream of Nene is a good show. Comes on what, Tuesday nights? That other bullshit that come on that night, what is that? That New Atlanta? Y'all, they was talking about old girl on New Atlanta's fucking closure. I was just like, that's all I want to say is, bitch, if you gonna get your fucking hair done on these shows, listen, I am not rich by any means. And you know what? I try to make sure that my hair is halfway right for these videos. It might not be too much today because y'all know I've been drinking. You know, bitch, emotional today. It's been a rough day. But I try to get on these shows and I try to look like something. How you fuck you gonna get on a show that's national? You know a whole bunch of people is watching this show. You get up on that shit with the fucking closure laid on top of a goddamn afro. That shit is so lifted out. Just like, girl, if you don't go and get your fucking hair done, I can give you Amanda's number. I know plenty of people out here to do hair. Okay, we gonna hook that up. But yeah, all these other shows that come on after Nene, I can't do. But yeah, I do enjoy Nene's show, and I believe Real Housewives of Atlanta is coming up in these next few weeks. I think it's starting sometime in November. So yeah, that's it for Miss Nene. Preachers of LA. I can't believe this video is so long. I am so sorry, you guys. I'm just so winded and I got so much shit to talk about. Preachers of LA, did you guys watch it? I did watch it. For now, what I will say is I am going to reserve my judgment until I watch a couple more episodes. I can see where this show could be very good and I can see where this show could be very bad. We got a little bit of all of that in the first episode. Being from Los Angeles, I am familiar with a lot of these pastors. I have extreme admiration for Bishop Noel Jones. I believe that he has always been very knowledgeable in the word and he was able to get the word across to me. So I really do have a lot of respect for him. But I can tell you that it really does bother me to see him on this show. I just did not want to see him on this show. Now, I've already known his story. I knew that he was single and he has been single for years. He talks about it when he's in the pulpit a lot. You already know that women throw themselves as single pastors. I mean, they throw themselves at married pastors. So you can imagine the type of play that single pastors get. I don't know how comfortable I am seeing. Now, I know it's real life. I know it's real life. I just don't know about how comfortable I am seeing my pastor, my bishop, that I've had so much admiration and respect for, trying to weave his way through the dating world. Because you guys know, we know what the fuck go down in the dating world. I shouldn't even be cussing in the church video, huh? I'm sorry. The dating world is intimate, okay? And intimacy a lot of times, not always, but sometimes, a lot of times involves sex. And I'm sure that the man ain't gonna be having sex on the TV show or nothing like that. But it's just such a delicate dance. He already said that he likes to drive his fast cars. He likes to go to the expensive restaurants. He likes to do what he does as a single man. But then he has to also remember that he is a pastor, that he is leading the flock. Okay, and it just gives me an uneasy feeling. Now, did he do anything wrong on the show? No, he did not. I don't feel like he did. And but it's almost like you got this inkling that the shit is coming. Ugh, I don't want to see him in that light. Clarence McClendon, I will tell you guys that I have never liked Clarence McClendon. He used to have Church of the Harvest, which was a big church in LA. I have also been to his church a few times. I had some friends that were very active in his church, and it was a big scandal back in the early 2000s. He was having an affair and something with some money, and you know, he was inappropriate with the money, took some money and having an affair and all kind of shit. Listen, I'm not trying to say that people don't fall from grace, that these men are just as human as anybody else, but it was something about how he handled that whole situation that always rubbed me the wrong way. He was one of those prophet type preachers, and there's quite a few prophet preachers in LA. There's even one here, Creflo Dollar, I believe, is a prophet preacher. That might not be the correct term, but you know, one of those ones who believe that the money, you know, that they are blessed financially, you know, in abundance because of what they do. I just have never really liked Clarence McClendon. And when he was on this show, and just to see him in that same slick Morris Day in the Time look, the way he talks, he just has this presence about himself that he feels he is better than everybody else. This whole thing with the entourages and yeah, I might be totally biased on this, but I've never really liked Clarence McClendon. And then it was confirmed for me when they was at the end, when they were at the man cave and they were having the discussion about the pastors and whether or not they should be paid for their calling. I understand that the church is a business, okay? It's a business. However, it is also into saving souls and getting the word out. And you trying to run a business cannot interrupt what the general rule of the church is. What the young pastor was trying to say, I think his name was Dietrich, correct me if I'm wrong, but what the young pastor was trying to say was, before you guys got all big and known and having these humongous churches with all these members, when it was just you starting out as a pastor, you didn't have to get paid all this money. You just wanted to spread the word. Okay, now all of a sudden you guys want to have all these different appearance fees and get paid for it. And I just really think that has overshadowed the bigger picture, which is that we're supposed to be trying to save souls, bring people to Christ. And Clarence McClendon was just like, listen, if you can't pay me, then I must not be the one for the job. And the young pastor Dietrich was just saying, no, you were always the job because you were called for the job. And Clarence McClendon he was very disrespectful because he couldn't articulate himself the same way that the young pastor could. Now, the young pastor got his own drama and all of that too. We'll get to that in a second. But I just didn't like the fact that he just automatically wrote him off because they disagreed. Why can't we disagree without you being disrespectful? You're going to tell me that I'm not intelligent when I am telling you the truth. The truth of the matter is there are churches that need to hear your word that can't afford you. Maybe you need to do some pro bono work. Go on out to the churches every now and then and spread the word, just because of the fact that you're a pastor who knows the word, who can lead people to Christ. Okay, y'all don't get me all excited and upset in this church, in this car. This ain't a church. I ain't that drunk. I was so turned off by Clarence McClendon, and I just don't like him. I have never liked him, and this kind of confirmed it for me. The other pastors, the white guy, so far he seems to be fine. The gangster pastor, I got to figure him out. Not really sure. I'm not familiar with him, but I just got to figure him out. What he's trying to do, I think, is great. He's sort of flashy though, and that's the kind of thing that kind of brings me back. But I do like the fact that he goes out to Compton and to the, Watts and to his old neighborhoods where the gangsters are, because the fact of the matter is you got to go to them. Okay, they ain't coming to the church anyway. So sometimes you got to go to them. But so I'm just still trying to figure him out. And the other pastor, I think we're going to see him in the kind of like the pastor who still has a sex life and still finds his wife attractive and things like that. So, and we cannot forget about the young pastor who I talked about earlier, who had the fall from grace, had a divorce. There was some cheating. He had been married for 15 years. Some cheating had gone on. They broke up. Then he got with somebody else before he even got divorced. Got that girl pregnant. Now that's his fiance on the show, and they have like a 2-year-old little girl. That is another story that hits so close to home that it's hard to get comfortable with when you think about a pastor. Yes, we all fall down, and we should be allowed to get back up, brush ourselves off, and get started, in our journey, in our walk again. Totally understand that. And so I'm trying to get rid of my own personal biases of when I think about a pastor and how a pastor should be. But I have to always remember that a pastor is a man first. Okay, and this is, they make mistakes. Yes, they are leading the flock. They are responsible for the souls of many. But at the end of the day, y'all, they just men. He seems to be still having his head in the right place and trying to get it back together. And that's why I'm just going to say I'm just going to hold my judgment. I'm just going to wait and see how this show goes. Because I can see it going either way. I can see the train wreck trying to happen, or I can see some real positive things that might come out of the show. We gonna really pray for the positivity. Lastly, you guys, Scandal. Now, I know this ain't no reality show, but I just told you guys that it was all TV, and I have to talk about Scandal. Do I think that I'm going to do a total Scandal video by itself? I am not sure. I'm not sure, you guys, is because I like to watch Scandal just like you guys. It's hard to watch that show, to review it and enjoy it when you have to watch it to try to catch everything. Maybe I need to change my way that I do my reviews and not try to just catch everything, but just kind of give a general overview of things. But that show is so intricate and so fast moving that it's hard to keep up with it. And then when you're just trying to pay attention to everything, you can't really enjoy it. And then another thing is, sometimes 10 o'clock, fuck, I'm ready to go to bed. I don't feel like watching no show. I will record that shit and watch the next day, and you guys, or the weekend, and you guys be wanting that video the next day. And I just don't want to commit to it, because there's some days that I already know that I'm not going to watch it on that actual night that it comes on. This show is so good. It feels so good to see a black woman on the TV show in a leading role, even though she is having an affair with the president and he's a white man. Shonda Rhimes is such a great writer. Her writers on that show are amazing. The things that they say just draws you in, and I just really, really admire her and her writing team. But yeah, the show has been really good this season. This season is really talking about the president's scandal of him having an affair and who this woman is that he supposedly had the affair with. It came out that it was Olivia. Then they hurried up and said it wasn't Olivia. They went on ahead and framed this young girl. That looks like that's going to be the main part of this next season. And then you guys know how Shonda Rhimes is always very adept and clever in adding different storylines in. Really do enjoy her father. That guy who is the actor, I don't even remember his name, but we know we've seen him in plenty of things in the past. When the Emmys come up next year, he really needs to at least be nominated, because he is playing the hell out of that role. How do the daddy be that damn evil? He swear he loved his daughter, okay, and you know, they tried to build this relationship and all that. We found out yesterday, but when she found out that he was part of B613, is that what it's called? B636, B630, because I keep on saying 613 is the real blonde weave color. When she found out that he was part of the B16, B613, whatever it's called, and she confronted him about it, y'all see how fast that nigga flipped? He was like, listen, don't ask me what I do, okay? What we doing is we going out to dinner right now, okay? You don't even want to know the answer to that. So what you need to do is pick up that menu, tell me what the fuck you want to eat, what you want to drink. Tell the damn waitress when they come by, put that menu down and sit here and talk across to me and say, I love you, daddy. And she was just like so amazed that her father could be part of this secret service. And he is just so good at being evil. And it's really good to see that he's even more clever than Kerry Washington's character, Olivia Pope. Huck, when he must have slammed that damn Olivia up against that car, I was like, Huck, don't kill her. That Huck was like, the way they fucking killed my family and, you know, ran his other family off and drove him crazy, threw him in the hole and everything. You know, Huck for a minute lost it. And you couldn't blame him. I thought old Olivia was a goner. I know she her whole life flash in front of her eyes. Yeah, it's going to be a good season, you guys. And like I said, I might do these type of videos where I just do TV reviews, TV show reviews every now and then. But I don't know if I can commit to a scandal video every week. The funny thing about it is you guys asked me about that scandal video, but you guys did not. Well, that was not one of my big videos. People did not watch that video. And, you know, because I have a life outside YouTube, I have to try to be, you know, smart with my time and not always just make a bunch of videos. If you guys are not watching them, then I'm not going to do them. So, we'll see. Maybe I might just throw one in there every now and then, but I cannot commit to an every week scandal video. Not right now. But that's it on the TV talk today, you guys. Wasn't this a long video? Fuck, I feel like I've been sitting in this car for 2 hours. Ain't even all that hot, y'all. It say 78 degrees on my car. I'm just sweating and shit. I ain't got my ear on or nothing because I didn't feel like I needed. But see, that's what happened when you be drinking. I had some pomegranate margaritas, good as fuck. All right, you guys, so we do this every week. Okay, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.